let's reflect on Alex Jones for a minute and all the claims he made about Chinese organ harvesting in babies in hospitals, and how he saw his dad do it growing up, and how this is all crazy conspiracy from Alex Jones. He said the same thing about adrenochrome and elites drinking babies' blood that was adrenalized from fear because it keeps you younger. That was crazy conspiracy. One of the things that helped him get banned. And also, New York Times and other major establishments started coming out with science. It was on like the cover of Time magazine, how like rich elite people are drinking young blood, having young blood transfusions to help you look younger. It's like, okay, so here we go now, right?
Yeah.
Just worded differently so people don't connect it, but it's the same thing. They have to come out with it because it's true.
He's been right about a bunch of shit, not everything.
And he's right again because listen to this. Government-funded researchers sought aborted minorities for organ harvesting. The federal government gave at least $2.7 million in taxpayer money to researchers who sought out minority babies who had been aborted in order to harvest their organs. University of Pittsburgh targeted minorities in its request for infant organs, including those taken from full-term babies, to create a pipeline for fetal research. Researchers say they needed 50% of the donated fetuses to be minorities. 25% must come from black women. Pittsburgh metropolitan area is 85% white and 8% black. Researchers stress the importance of maintaining organ blood flow in the request, which watchdogs say could violate federal law by asking doctors to illegally preserve organs during labor-inducing abortions. So
in other words, keep the baby alive.
Yeah, so the organ is fresher. Yeah.
The NIH also apparently has their hand in this too. Mm-hmm. Surprise, surprise.
Which is another layer why I don't want the vaccine, because these people making money and pushing this information and mandates on society are the same people involved in all of this super evil stuff that is from a Batman movie that people can't wrap their head around. And they can't wrap their head because it was Alex Jones that broke this news, but no one listens to him. It's fucking brilliant the way information works these days.
Now, to play devil's advocate on this particular one, you know, let's say these women were going to be having abortions anyway. Like, I guess the argument would be, well, these organs would just go to waste, where they could be used for study, for medical progress to save lives in the future, right? Right. That would be the argument for being able to do this type of research.
But I think,
but the way in which they're collecting the organs definitely, the counter argument is the way that they are collecting these organs. It's kind of evil if what we're reading here is true, that doctors may illegally preserve organs during labor-inducing abortions. In other words, they keep the baby, because it's a baby, they keep it alive to keep the organs fresh, as you're saying, so that when they do get it to this University of Pittsburgh, that it's able to be actually used for this research.
Yeah, so. But I think regardless of right or wrong, or if they can or not, Alex Jones called it and he was right, and nobody listened because it sounded.
Yeah, sure. It does sound absolutely insane.
And then this is in 1 year, 2 of these things coming out that Alex Jones called. So check this out. The experiments with aborted infants at the University of Pittsburgh, sponsored by the NIH, are like Kermit Gosnell's House of Horrors, but this time funded by the government, Deleton told Washington Free Beacon. It was systemic bias and abortion extremism that permitted Gosnell to evade the law for so long. And the same thing is happening in Pittsburgh. These atrocities deserve the full response of law enforcement and government officials. Law enforcement should put a stop to it and arrest the perpetrators. So basically, there's illegal activity going, because abortion is legal. But what you do with the organs and shit, they're just getting shady under the table. Like, hey, because this opened up another layer of understanding for me as to why abortion by default is legal. Because there's a lot of pushback, like Arkansas made it illegal. There's people that don't want it. There's people that do want it. And I think the reason it leans in favor of it being legal is because there's a whole market of organs. Like, whoever is doing whatever with these organs, and some people say, well, they're doing research so they can make babies better and understand them more.
See, this one's hard for me to fucking read, because just not that I'm like anti whatever. I'm not going to have a pro-life, pro-choice discussion on here, but just to read about like damn near full-term babies that get killed and their organs harvested is hard to read about.
Yeah.
I mean, at 42 weeks, I mean, anything past like 23 weeks is a viable baby. Like they can keep that baby alive in NICU, you know, if it was born, God, as a premature. Couldn't think of the damn word. So, you know, the fact that I didn't know abortion was legal late term like that.
What I was saying was I understand, like, I always thought abortion was just about, like, the woman, and if you can't have the baby, you should be able to get it aborted.
Sure.
But it makes sense that there's this whole dark underbelly of a market going on for the organs. And, like, it's probably not even about women's rights when it comes to the power elites. It's about the market, the money, the adrenochrome, the gene editing and research. Who knows? But one other thing Alex Jones said about the Chinese organ harvesting was that they're doing gene tests to create clones and creatures and shit, basically.
Yeah,
so,
he did.
But just this last paragraph here, we keep getting this pushback that, oh, it's not illegal, but it's all done behind closed doors with redactions. De Liberto told the Free Beacon, if this is all legit, why did we have to fight so hard to get a document? And when we get them, they're redacted. Why did we have to go to court to see who's paying for this? The grant proposal. There's a grant proposal. Let's read this. University of Pittsburgh has been involved in fetal organ research for more than a decade. It conducted an experiment in 2020 that implanted the scalps of aborted fetuses onto lab mice. Implanted the scalps of aborted fetuses on lab mice in a study funded by Dr. Anthony Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. The grant proposal boasts of the institutions experiencing a variety of... The grant proposal boasts of the institution's experience handling a variety of fetal organs, including the liver, heart, legs, brain, kidneys, and bladders. It outlined its goal of becoming a pipeline for fetal organ research, not only conducting research, but providing organs for other institutions to experiment on. So we don't have to keep going on this. This is like a rough subject, but, you know, this is happening, and Fauci's involved again. Another reason why I don't want his fucking vaccine and why he can suck my fucking dick. That's why I didn't get the vaccine. Not because...
But you did.
Why I didn't want to get it. I did, not because of Fauci, or because I'm like, I need to do it to help the society. I got it so I could keep my job at the best club in the country. That's worth it for me. That's it. Yeah. So if I die of dementia when I'm 54, I know why. It was that fucking vaccine. But it was
Definitely.
all worth it. It was all fucking worth it.
Yep.
So that's, you know.
It's a pretty shady subject here.
But Alex Jones was right again, dude. What are you going to do? A journalist rule of thumb that I got from Abby Martin, I believe, was that it doesn't matter where the information comes from. The only thing that matters is the information. She was talking about like a WikiLeaks file transfer or something and how they didn't publish it because it came from WikiLeaks or something. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't fucking matter where it came from. All that matters is the fucking information. So it's like, yeah, Alex Jones said it, but suck it up, people. It is what it is.
He was right.